Okay, here we go. All right, I think we're in the game. Yes. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm gonna give it a second to make sure I'm actually on here. If you guys can hear me, let me know. There we go. There we go. There we go. All right, let me know in the comments you guys can hear me nice and crispy. Nice and crispy. Mm. All right, I'm excited. I'm excited about this one. Good to see you. I see you guys have already been putting in the comments where you guys are from and what's happening. Good to see everybody, man. Good to see everybody, especially in this time that we're in. We're in this market that is very interesting, where this is about as slow as I've ever seen it, even back in 2008. This is about as slow as it's ever been, in my opinion. Um, and it's interesting because of how many agents are still doing incredibly well. So that's the difference, I think, in 2008 and now is you've got agents that are still doing extremely well. Back in 2008, let me tell you something. Everybody was gone. There were no agents. Everybody quit. Nobody was doing anything. At least you guys are still kicking. At least you guys are still making something happen. Extremely proud of you guys. Extremely proud of you guys. Um, Okay, so I was just giving a second to get everybody in here. What's going on? Let's see. All systems go. Today we're going to get into. Listen. I had a coaching call last week with one of my clients, and her goal is to make $2 million over the next year. I said, okay, great. Let's put this plan in place. So as we're putting this plan in place, I'm like, man, this is good. Like this is really good. And I said, you know what? I'm going to share this. I'm going to share part of this plan with you guys. As far as like the big picture, the macro version of it, so you can take advantage of this. I'm literally going to lay this out for you. Okay. So the way I'm going to do this is going to be two parts. Okay. Today I'm going to go through the strategy with you, right? And let me back up. When I say $2 million, okay, when I say $2 million, I want you to realize this was her goal, and she's in an ultra luxury market. So when I say $2 million, I want you to think relative to your market, to your goals. Okay. So, 2 million may be a million to you. It may be a half a million to you. It may be 200,000 to you. It might be 3 million to you. I don't know what that goal is of yours. I don't know your market. I don't know the average price, etc. But these numbers I'm going to be talking about are going to be relative. And I want you to adjust them according to your market and what your goals are. So before we even get started, I want to see in the comments, okay, you've got this particular agent wants to make $2 million. Okay. What do you want to make? What are your goals? What are your aspirations? Okay. According to what you feel is possible, for your life and your market, right? When I say 2 million, that's just a relative term for your goal. Okay. So put in the comments right now. Are you looking to make $1 million? Are you looking to make a half a million, 200,000, 2.5, 1.5, 3 million, 5 million, 10 million, 20 million? What is it? What is your goal? What are you shooting for here? Why are you here? Why are you watching this YouTube video? Like, what are you trying to accomplish with this? Oh, I love this. I love this. I love this. All right. Incredible. Amazing. Amazing. Oh, man. I love seeing all this stuff. So I, when my goal forever was to make $1 million, and I grew up poor. Um, we lived in a trailer in the middle of Alabama. Um, and nobody I really like, none of my family I really knew went to college and was millionaires or anything like that. My grandmother owned a pharmacy. My grandmother and grandfather owned a pharmacy in Huntsville, and they owned a horse farm. I would assume that they were millionaires, but I don't really know because when my grandfather died, And my grandmother moved down here close to the beach in Gulf Shores with us. She didn't have $1 million. So I don't think they were millionaires. But anyway, needless to say, like $1 million was like this dream, like this far off, crazy, wild dream for me. It was unattainable, right? Unattainable. There was no way I was going to make $1 million. It was like so far out there, it wasn't even funny. But that was the goal. That was the goal. That was the goal. And that's what it needs to be for you, that unattainable thing, because I promise you, the fact that I did it, I made it and got where I am just goes to show you that that unattainable goal is attainable. Okay? It is attainable. So this is going to be a two-part series. Today, I'm going to go through the strategy with you. Okay? Just the numbers, right? The formula so you can visualize what's happening. I'm also going to go into my MLS and prep for part two tomorrow. So today I'm going to go through the strategy and then I'm going to go into my MLS and I'm going to start the process. Tomorrow, day two, I'm actually going to make calls using this strategy. Now, tomorrow, when I make the calls, I'm not going to be YouTube Live. I'm going to be on a Zoom call. Okay, so I put the Zoom link in the description of this video. So you can grab the raw Zoom link right there. There's also a link if you want to become, if you're not getting my emails, if you want to become subscribed to my emails, there's a link for you to join my email list. If you want to be updated and get updates when I'm doing future trainings, etc. There's a link for you to join the email list, but the raw Zoom link is right there in the description. And I'll also email that out in the morning so that you guys can be there when I make these live calls. So today, part one, I'm going to share with you the strategy behind the process of getting to the 2 million for this agent. And then tomorrow, I'm going to make calls using the strategy that I'm teaching you today. So today, I'm going to teach you what I'm going to be doing. Tomorrow, I'm going to show you how to do it. Okay, so what coach is doing all that for free? Like what coach is out there actually providing this much value for free? I don't know anybody. Okay, cool. So I was having this conversation with one of my clients. She wants to make $2 million. She just joined my coaching program 3 weeks ago, and we had our first call, and she wants to make $2 million. I said, great, let's put it together. So we started talking about her market and realizing she's in this ultra luxury market. I said, okay, that's not going to be too hard to get there. Okay, that's not going to be too hard to get there. All right. So we started working through this process and I kind of started laying this thing out. And I was like, this is good stuff. So I'm going to get on the vibe and actually work through these numbers with you. Okay. Before I do that, she came through my challenge, right? So she came through the challenge and I just had an agent and I had an agent take my Set More Listing Appointments challenge 2 months ago. He's made $115,000 since the challenge. 115,000 since the challenge. Another agent took one strategy from the challenge and made $50,000 within 2 months. So I say all that to say this: my next challenge, it's a week-long challenge, and you want to do this. And I'm giving you a 50% discount today. If you go to setmorelistingappointments.com and put in the code 100 for the VIP experience, it'll knock it down from $297 to $148.50. And this is a week-long coaching session with me every day for 4 days. Q&A, training, and everything. So today I'm going to go through this strategy with you, right? On the challenge, you're going to learn the skills to actually communicate with people, how to convert these deals. You're going to get a taste of that tomorrow when I'm making the calls. But on the challenge, I'm going to take you through the whole process, okay? So that offer is there for you for 50% off. So let's dive in here. I'm going to get on my Vibe and share this with you. Let me share my screen with you. The code is 100. If you just put in the code 100 at setmorelistingappointments.com, and that offer is going to be good today. So do it right now, and it's going to blow your mind. All right. Let me share my screen. You guys are going to love this. All right. Cool. I'm just going to give it a sec to make sure that it's actually, there we go, actually sharing like it's supposed to. There it is. So let me make sure. Yeah, there we go. There we go. All right, let's get the right. All the stuff we need. Oh, we're in the game, guys. We're in the game. Okay, cool. So, when the agent came to me and said, I want to make $2 million, $2 million over the next 12 months. Okay. I said, okay, no problem. What we need to do is then you take a look at your market and everything, but I want to increase your PPC, your price per closing. That's the first thing we need to do. Increase your PPC. The next thing I want to do is increase your price range per client, PRC. I want to increase your PRC. Okay. And then through all that, through the process, what's going to happen is we're going to increase your listing conversion velocity, LCV, listing conversion velocity, which means we're going to convert more listings at a faster velocity, okay, because of the way that we're doing it. Okay, cool. So we started to break this down, okay, $2 million. Okay, so first off, we have to figure out, okay, how much real estate do we need to sell to get to $2 million? Okay. And so what we're doing is we're estimating everything. We're kind of underestimating everything, right? So that if we're wrong, then we're going to be in the positive, okay, with our error. So if we want to make $2 million, then we got to sell $100 million worth of real estate, and that's going to be at a 2% average commission rate. Okay. So let's say if we get 2.5%, we sell 100 million, great, we made 2.5 million. If we don't hit the goal of 100 million, let's say we get to 80 million, right? Well, 80 million, and it does end up being 2%. Well, we're still 1.6 million, right? So let's see, 90 would be 1.8, right? 90 million will be 1.8, right? So we're just, these are just the numbers that we're kind of shooting for as we're figuring out what our equation needs to be before we line up what the actions need to be to actually get where we want to be. Okay. So we know that this is the number right here, right? We need to get to 100 million. Okay. Okay. So when we're thinking about the 100 million, okay, you may be thinking, oh my God, there's no way I can get to 100 million. Like the average price in my market is 300,000. And like, we don't even have a $3 million house in our market. That's what I'm saying when I say that this is relative to your market. So, if your average price is 300, okay, so let me back up. So what we did for her, we want to get to 100 million. Okay. So they've got in her market, they've got everything up to $20 million homes. Okay. And really the average is about $1 million, right? So $1 million house is the average price. Okay. Is the average price. So I said, okay, and now whatever your average price is, this needs to be your bread and butter. Okay, that needs to be your bread and butter. Whatever the average price in your market, that needs to be your bread and butter. This needs to be most of your sales. Why? Because that gives you the biggest bang for your buck, your best ROI on your time. Why? Because they're going to sell for the most money at the fastest rate, right? The most money at the fastest DOM, days on market, the average price point. So you always want to start in a market at your average price point, right? Get a stronghold there in the average price point, and then work your way where you're still maintaining that average price point as your bread and butter, and you're still crushing that market, but then you're also dabbling in these other markets. Okay, so we started to break down the 100 million. I said, okay, you need to do 20 sales at $1 million. Okay, that's going to equal 20 million. Okay, then I said, you need to do 10. We need to shoot for 10 sales in the $5 million range. That's going to equal 50 million. Okay. And then I was like, let's do 2. Let's shoot for 2 in the 10 million range. That's going to equal 20 million. And then 1, let's go try to hit 1 for 20 million. That's going to equal 20 million. Okay. So all in all, we're looking at 110 million following this formula, and we're at 33 deals. Okay. So again, don't let these numbers freak you out, right? Because this is the average price. So substitute this 1 million for your average price. If your average price is 300, put 300 here for the 20 deals, right? And then one, like, I don't know everybody's markets. Okay. So don't get freaked out with these numbers, but I'm showing you the framework of how you can put all this together. Okay. Now, the 33 deals. So what is that? 3 deals a month. Okay, 3 deals a month. That actually equals 36 deals. But remember, we're estimating everything so that if we have an error, we're going to be in the positive. So if we go for 3 deals a month and we hit 36, great. If we end up, only getting three deals 11 months, we're at our deal. We're at our goal, 33. Right? We're estimating all this at 110, even though our goal is 100. We're estimating the commission is 2% when it's probably going to be a little higher. Okay. Okay, cool. So if I go out on my mic, I think I got plenty of power. Okay. So when we're thinking about 3 deals a month right here, okay, now how do we get 3 deals a month? Well, if you have, and this is tried and true. This is tried and true with so many agents that I've coached. If you maintain 10 plus active buyers and sellers, if you maintain 10 plus active buyers and sellers, by active buyers and sellers are people, right? These are ABSs. ABSs. These are people who are going to buy or sell within the next 1 to 6 months and might use you as an agent, and you're constantly following up with. It's easy to go find ABSs. Make calls, talk to people, find out what their future plans are, whether it's something sooner or later, it doesn't really matter. You're trying to figure out what it is they're trying to do so you can help them do it. And the people that are looking to do something soon in the next 1 to 6 months, they go on your ABS list. It's a real simple process. And if you maintain 10 plus of these at all times, you will close 3 deals a month. You will close 3 deals a month. So this is kind of what the process looks like so far of breaking this down to get to the place where we feel like we've got a plan. Okay. So now we know how many ABSs we need to close 3 deals a month. We know what price ranges we need to be in to hit our numeric goal. So now what do we do? I said that's easy too. That's easy too. What we're going to do is we're going to break this down into 3 phases. 3 phases. Okay. Right. Phase 1. Phase 1. Okay. What we're going to do is we're going to go out here and find a $5 million listing. This could be our listing, an off-market listing, somebody else's listing. Okay. And then we're going to call the $1 million owners about the $5 million listing. Okay. We're going to call the $1 million property owners around the $5 million listing to see, in fact, are they looking to make a change? Are they looking for a bigger, nicer home? Now, what's going to happen is that these $1 million property owners, they really like that approach because we're not calling them to see if they want to sell their home that they probably love, but we're calling them to offer them value around, do you want a nicer home with a better view, a newer home? All in all, we're asking them, hey, we want to offer you a better quality of life. right? A better quality of life, right? We're not calling them saying, do you want to sell your home that you probably love and you're mad and you're tired of people asking if you'd sell it, right? You love your home, I'm sure. Well, I'm not calling to try to get you to sell your home. I'm calling to see if, in fact, you're thinking about upgrading to a larger home, if you need a bigger home. Okay. You'll see me in action doing this tomorrow. So this is phase one. Now, look what's interesting about this, right? Okay, we need 20 deals at 1 million and 10 deals at 5 million. Well, what are we doing at the same time? We're literally dabbling in the 1 million market, which we need 20 deals of, and the 5 million market, which we're going for 10 deals of at the same time. And we're calling the $1 million owners to develop these relationships, whereas chances that they want to buy this $5 million home is little to nothing. They might. There's a possibility, but it's a low possibility. There's a far greater possibility that you make a connection with this owner and then they go off and tell you what they actually want to do. This is the secret to life, guys, in real estate. The secret to life. This is it. And you get these contacts, right? You get the data for this for less than a penny. This is the highest quality. This is the highest level of operating in real estate. Period. End of story. Period. End of story. Okay, so we're here. We're calling the $1 million property owners. This isn't even a hard call. Like anybody that has call reluctance, it's like that's out the window because you're not calling them to get them to sell. You're calling to see if they would like a nicer home. And if not, great. Let's stay in touch for the future. What are you planning on doing? Do you have an agent? Tell me about you. Tell me about them. Tell me what's happening. I'd love to get to know you. Because you know what, guys? This business, I'm going to break this down. This business is all about one thing. Trust. Complete trust, right? So you go to a listing appointment and you lose the listing and you wonder why you lost it. It's not because your listing presentation wasn't up to par. It wasn't because they liked somebody else's marketing strategy better than yours. It's because they trusted the other agent more, aka liked them more. And why is that? How did that come to be? I'll tell you how it came to be, because they have been talking to and sending stuff to this person. They already established a relationship a long time ago. See, trust takes time to build. It takes time to build. You can't just meet someone. Most of the time you go on a listing appointment where they're interviewing 3 agents and it's somebody you've never talked to before, chances are about nothing. It's probably 10 to 20% that you're going to win that listing. And it has nothing, like they've already picked out their agent that they first met 3 years ago, that stayed in touch with them and sent emails and postcards and Facebook and all the stuff, and they've built trust with them. Okay. Now, so how do you become that agent that they trust before the listing appointment where they're interviewing 3 agents, but you're the one that they've been talking to forever? How do you do that? You do what I'm saying. You take these situations and you call these $1 million property owners and you're beginning the relationship right here to where in 2 years when they decide to do something, you're their agent. Now you're going to get now business out of this as well. It's crazy. Like you're literally building your $1 million business and your $5 million business at the same time, and you're building your long-term business, which is what's going to get you to the $1 million, the $2 million, and your short-term at the same time. Guys, the way that I build the business is I build everything at once. Every phone call I make, I'm doing several things, okay? Look at this. This is crazy. I'm calling a $1 million property owner, and I might sell them the $5 million home, or I might sell them something else, or I might start a relationship with them for a future deal, all at the same time. I'm dabbling in the $1 million market and the $5 million market at the same time. I'm building my long-term business and my short-term business at the same time. Everything I do has dual purpose. I don't just have one reason why I'm doing it, ever. There's all these reasons, and I'm accomplishing all this stuff at the same time. I'm building a $2 million business. I'm closing deals now. I'm building relationships, and I'm selling $5 million homes at the same time. Most agents are so singularly focused on one outcome, one goal, to get the listing, to set the appointment, to sell the house, whatever it is. And I'm like, I'm open to everything every step of the way. Long-term relationship, short-term relationship, do a deal now, buy something, sell something else. This $1 million owner might want to sell an apartment complex down the road. They might want to buy a $2 million home instead of a five. I don't care what it is. I want to understand what they got going on so I can help them do it. Okay. So phase one is to find a $5 million listing and call the $1 million owners and use that as your foot in the door to begin the relationship, to see what it is that you can build trust against, find out what it is they want to do and why, so you can help them do it. Okay. So put in the comments, let me know if this is resonating. Like, is this helping you? Is me going through this helping you? Let me know in the comments. Okay. All right. Cool. All right, phase two. So with phase, let me back up. With phase one, okay, with phase one, like, we're gonna drill that till we get a nice little foothold, on this $1 million mark, right? This $1 million mark. We want a nice foothold there. We want some momentum. What are we looking for? Okay, so phase one, right? What we're looking for is momentum. That's what we're looking for in phase one. That's the goal, is to build momentum in the $1 million market, because we need 20 homes to sell at $1 million to hit our mark. That's our bread and butter. And this million, by the way, if you're just tuning in, is verbiage for your average price point of your market, whatever that average price is. This needs to be your bread and butter. You need to hit this until you have momentum, which could take weeks, could take months. You need momentum, right? And what's our goal? Remember, guys, our goal here is to find those 10 ABSs, active buyers and sellers, and maintain that list. So we're looking for people with, when we're calling, that are looking to do something in the next 1 to 6 months, that we can add to that list and continue and to start the process of helping them do whatever it is they're trying to do. Good stuff. Okay, so now down to phase two. Phase two, we're going to do the same thing, but get this, we're going to find a $10 million listing, and then we're going to call the $5 million owners. Same thing. Guess what we're doing? We're literally, so we've got momentum in the 1 million. We're going to continue that. We may spend 1 day a week, this strategy of phase one, and then we're going to spend, or we may spend three, actually, we'll probably spend 1 day on this strategy, right? This would be a 1 day a week. This will be 1 day a week. And we'll come in and we'll find a $10 million listing. We'll call the $5 million listings with the same strategy. And what are we doing? We're literally hitting the $5 million and the $10 million market at the same time. These $5 million people, they're going to do deals later with us, and they're going to do deals now with us, short and long term, at the same time. Everything's at the same time. So we need 10 of these $5 million deals and 2 of these $10 million deals, right? So we want to do that until when? What's the goal there? Okay, goal of phase two, build momentum in this $5 to $10 million market. That may take weeks, that may take months. Then we're going to go to phase three. Can anybody guess what phase three is going to be? We're going to find a $20 million home, and we're going to call the $10 million owners. with the same strategy. And what's the goal of that going to be? Momentum. Everything is momentum. Everything is momentum. When you lose momentum, right? Here's how momentum works, right? Momentum works like this, right? Momentum works like this. It's really hard to get it going. It takes a long time, long time, long time, long time, long time. But then if you slip, momentum can be lost like that, right? And all this time and energy, time and energy. This is a lot of time and energy to get to here. And it only takes one little slip up of just, not doing the same activities for like a week or two or whatever, and you lose momentum, it drops like a rock, right? Momentum can be lost so quickly, it takes so long to build up. Do not lose momentum. When you get momentum, you keep your pedal on the you keep your metal on the whatever pedal on the metal. Like you keep that pedal pressed down all the way to the floor as hard as you can. You don't let up. Okay, so this was the gist. I'll go back through it really quickly, and then I want to go to my MLS, and I'm going to start the first part of the process of finding these homes. Tomorrow, I'm going to make calls around it. So, and I'll show you. I'll be on Zoom, and I'll do a screen share. I'm gonna work through the homes I find today, and I'm gonna work through Redx. I'm gonna show you exactly what I'm doing to find the owners I'm gonna call, and then you're gonna listen to me call them. So we want to make 2 mil in 12 months. We want to increase our price per closing, our price range per client, and our listing conversion velocity, right? We figure at a 2% commission rate, we got to sell $100 million worth of property. So if the average price point in our market's $1 million, we want that to be our bread and butter. Okay. Our bread and butter, average price point in the market is going to sell for the most money on the lowest days on the market. So that's going to be your best bang for your buck when it comes to commissions and prices, etc. So we put together this chart and we say we want to close $20 million homes, 10 $5 million homes, 2 $10 million homes, and 1 $20 million home to sell $110 million worth of real estate at 33 deals. That's 3 deals a month. We know that if we have 10 ABSs, at all times, we're going to close 3 deals a month. So that's in the bag. Now it just comes down to finding the ABSs. So what's the strategy we're going to use there? Well, it's going to be a 3-phase strategy. We're going to start out finding a $5 million home. We're going to call all the $1 million homes around it and see if, hey, you want to upgrade? Do you want a nicer home? That is going to enable us to do a lot of things at once. Long-term business, short-term business, building relationships, selling the $5 million home, selling the $1 million people something else. Who knows where it's going to turn into? But at the end of the day, they're going to love us because we're not approaching them with the, hey, would you sell your property type of approach. We're calling them with the, would you like a better quality of life? Now we're Superman instead of whoever the villain was in Superman. And we're using this to build momentum. Once we have some momentum established, we're going to add 1 day a week where we find a $10 million home. We're going to call $5 million owners around it for the same reason, same strategy, and that is to build momentum in that market. Then phase 3, same thing, 1 day a week. We're going to add a day. We're going to maintain the other days for the million, and we're going to find a $20 million home. We're going to call the $10 million home owners around it, and there we're going to build some momentum. And every step of the way, we're looking for ABSs, active buyers and sellers. There you have it. Let me revert back to my computer. I'm going to jump on my MLS. I'm going to jump to my MLS. Let's see where we are. Here we go. Ba-bam, ba-boom, ba-boom, ba-boom. Okay. Lex Luthor. That's it. That's it. Lex Luthor. Keep the metal on the pedal. Yeah, you guys got it. You guys know what's up? Okay. So now you guys know like the framework of it. Did we go over a lot of other things? Yes. But now we have something to work with, right? So I also went into her daily routine, when she needs to make her calls, what her morning routine needs to be. There's a lot more stuff to our conversation. But as far as like, how, like what the actual macro strategy was, there you have it. Now, Now let's dive in and let me see. Let's see. Let's see. Let me make sure that you guys are seeing what I see. Let's see. Is that it? Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right, here's my MLS. Let's dive in here. Let's see. What do I want to what market do I this is the craziest thing because you can literally pick whatever you want. That's the crazy thing about the way that I do business. And like I'm not against any other way to do business. This is how I would do the business. I can coach anyone to build their business any way they want. YouTube, Zillow, pay per click. Like it doesn't matter what it is because all the principles remain. This is just like I feel like I'm a kid in a candy store, right? I mean, I can literally just the world is my oyster. I can literally pick out whatever I want, and I can make that my thing. So let's start out with, let's see, let's go with city. Let's say Gulf Shores. Let's go with Orange Beach. Let's see if there's anything over 10 million. One property. Look at this. What is this going to be? Probably going to be land. No, it's a house. Oh my. Oh my. Look at this, guys. There's one house. There's one house in my entire area over $10 million. Look at this. Holy. Oh my goodness. This is it. This is it, guys. I'm going after this one. You can say what you want. This is gonna be this is it. I get so excited when I'm looking at this because I'm like, I'm about to call people and ask them if they want to buy this thing. How could you not wake up excited to go try to sell whatever property you want to try to sell? It's insane. And furthermore, why aren't agents doing this? Like find a property you want to sell and go sell it. Let's see. I want to get to the view and stuff. Oh my goodness, look at that back porch. Okay, so like you got this covered like fireplace TV thing, living room setup, and it opens up to this pool, and you can see the water right there. That is amazing. Look at there. Look at there. I'd have to screen that thing in. I'd have to tell you. I have to tell you. I'd have to screen that sucker on in. I think. One would think. Look at this thing here. Look at that. $10 million, you say? Okay. Let me find out more about this. Discover luxury and it's let's see, 7,100. So it's almost 8,000 square foot, gold fortified home. Situated on 3.3 acres. Oh my. Let's see, 5 bedrooms, 8.5 bath. Wow, this is 12-foot marble waterfall island. Goodness. When was this listed? Just a couple months ago. Goodness. Okay. Okay. All right. So, this is what I'm going after. So let me just do a little research here. Let me see exactly where this is. Let's see. Canal Road. Let's see. 28750 Canal Road. So this is okay. Let me get up in here. Let's see. Let's see. So it's gonna be like right here somewhere. I got to see this, guys. I gotta see like this whole thing. Let's see. Tax ID number. Tax ID. Paste. Uh-huh. Look at here. Look at here. So where are you? Let's see. Okay. Wow, that's a big old lot. Crazy. Cool. All right. So I think that's the biggest, nicest home around there. You know what I could do? I could call this whole neighborhood right here. I could call that whole neighborhood right there. So anyway, cool. So I got what I'm gonna do. I got what I'm gonna do. Yes, sir. So tomorrow, okay, so to catch you guys up for just tuning in, I just went through just the macro version of a strategy to sell over $100 million worth of real estate. If that's not in the price range of your market, that's okay. You can subject it to what your prices in your market are. Like you could use this to sell $30 million or 40 or 50 or whatever. Okay, so I went through that. I also just found a home for 10 million in my market. It's the most expensive home out there. There's only one property over $10 million, and this is it. And I'm going to call tomorrow. I'm going to make live calls, and I'm going to call people using the strategy I talked about today. So that's going to be on Zoom tomorrow. It's not going to be on YouTube here. It's going to be on Zoom. I'll put the Zoom link in the description. And if you want to get notified by email of all my future trainings, I'll put a link for you to join my email list there. Okay. And I didn't really talk today about like how to talk to people, right? The whole process, developing your skills of being able to convert better, learning exactly what they want to do and why, and helping them do that. That entire process, the entire conversion process. I go through that in my training course. That's a week-long training. It's called the Set More Listing Appointments Challenge. And that's going to be September 9th is the next one. And if you're watching this, it's a week-long training and you get to ask me questions if you get the VIP experience. And I'm giving you 50% off today if you get the VIP experience. So go to setmorelistingappointments.com. I'll put it in the description and use the code 100 at checkout for the Set More Listing Appointments Challenge VIP experience. All right. So I'm excited about this. You guys be on the Zoom tomorrow. I'll email out the link as well. And let me know in the comments. I'll take a couple questions in the comments. If you want to ask a question, I'll take, what time is it? I got time for a couple questions if you guys have any, if you want to type those in for me real quickly. And then I will see you guys. If you don't have a question, I'll see you guys on the Zoom tomorrow. And look, show up and make calls with me. While I'm making calls, you make calls. We all need to be making calls. And the funny thing is some people may like frown about this, what we do or whatever, but I submit to you, what else is there to do? Right? Every single lead gen activity comes right back to creating a list of people for you to call. If you do an open house, you're getting names at the door, so you can call that list tomorrow. If you're calling your past clients, you got a list of people. Pay per click, list of people to call. Zillow, list of people to call. Everything is a list of people to call. Tell me something that's not. YouTube leads, list of people to call. Everything creates a list of people for you to call. And if that's the case, why don't I want to have control over the list? I want to call the people that I feel like are the highest quality, that own the exact properties I want to sell. I want to create that list. I want to have control over who's on that list. And furthermore, I'd like that list right now. I don't want to wait for social media to give me the list or people to walk into an open house or to pay or to Google to give me that list. No, I want that list now. So I want to control it. I want it for the cheapest price. I want to know who's on it, and I want it right this second so I can go ahead and get to work. What am I doing waiting on stuff to happen so that I can then call the list of people? No, I'll just call the list of people right now and go ahead and make this happen now, today. Okay. I'm going to look at questions here. Also, Redx, like there's a link in the description to save $150. Why is every agent not on Redx and literally just crushing it, finding ABSs, filling up their pipeline, creating relationships, connecting with people, finding out what they want to do, why, and helping them do? I don't get it. I don't. You tell me. Craziest thing in the world. All right, let's see what we got for questions. Ricky, well, let's see. We're trying to hit 1 billion in sales. Let's rock it. Yeah, let's get on a call. I'm happy to help you, Margot. Let's see. What were the 3-letter abbreviations? Yeah, it was PPC, price per closing, PRC, price range per client, and LCV, listing conversion velocity. Yes, it's applicable in every state. You know, it being we can't cold call. Like you're not calling to get them to sell something. You're calling to see if they need a bigger house. Big difference. Let's see. Abigail, how can we work with you one-on-one? If you guys want to work with me one-on-one, just DM me on Instagram or email me, ricky_carruth at yahoo.com. Happy to oblige. I don't know what you're asking, Amber, as far as what that stands for. I guess only New York. No, Kenny, I don't think you are. I got a lot of New York agents, and they all make calls. How long do you call per day? At least a couple hours. Do I always check the do not call list? I don't. Let's see. Cool. Hey, enjoyed it, guys. I hope you got a lot out of this. I'd love to have you guys on the challenge September 9th. I answer questions for an hour and then I train for an hour. So it's a 2-hour deal, 4 days that week. You literally can come in and ask me questions just like I am now. We'll be on Zoom. If you're a VIP experience, you get 50% off if you get it today. It's normally $297, so you get it for $148.50. Just put in the code 100 at checkout for the VIP experience at setmorelistingappointments.com. And then tomorrow, totally free, I'm gonna make live calls on Zoom, and I'm gonna work to sell that $10 million listing. So I hope to see you all there. The Zoom link is in the description. There's also a link to join my email list if you want to get alerted. I'll send out an email tomorrow. Outside of that, let me see if there's any more questions before I dip. There will not be a replay of the Zoom call tomorrow, just so you know. There will not be a replay. There will not be a replay. Christina says the challenge is worth every penny. I just had a message. I'll read this message to you. I mean, I had a guy that took it 2 months ago. He's made $115,000. Another agent made $50,000 since 2 months ago after they took the challenge. This guy says, sign a listing. This is today. Sign a listing for $750,000. Super pumped. Thank you for everything. Your listing challenge was a huge help and got me to focus and align myself with the sellers. Went with the gift card too is a great touch, treating them like family while being sensitive to their situation. This is real, guys. This is real. All right. Like, I am excited. I can't wait to get on the phone tomorrow. I'll see you guys there. Appreciate it. We'll see you all very soon. Peace.